Join me and my friend Jess as we head to Kynren, who, on the back of their nighttime show success, have this year opened a brand new daytime live action show park. Hello from Kynren? Is it Kynren or Kynren? We need to check that. Someone will say it at some point. Running a little bit late. We've just parked up in the green car park. We're on a double-decker bus, which I didn't expect. I thought it would be like a little farm wagon. And it has onboard audio. Did you hear that when we sat down? I'm with Jess. Jess has never been on the channel before. So once again you're going to get the shy awkwardness or something. Ooh. That was a tree. Oh. I've no idea what to expect today. I've not seen any vlogs on purpose. I was at Puy de Fou last week. This is meant to be the English version of Puy de Fou, essentially. And that's how they say it. And also we've been invited down today by I missed their media event, so I emailed them saying if you ever do anything else in the future, please can we get an invite. Oh my god, look at some of the stage shows over there to your right. Can you see the set? Well, that's the grandstand, that's the nighttime show. So I emailed them and they got back to me and said, would you like to come down like in next weekend? I was like, yeah, if I can, that'd be great. So they have invited us down for free just to kind of declare that at the start. Are you excited, Jess?
I am excited. I don't
we used to work at Camelot together, and the first thing Jess said today, what have you got us into today? Is it not just all jousting? I think there'll be a lot of jousting. I think some jousting might happen today. I'm glad you got your coat on.
I can't, I know.
You're not boiling?
Probably.
Let's get inside. Thank you very much. You carry it back. We've got some nice audio. It's very blustery today. They just told us that they were going to move some shows around because of it. You get dropped off here. I think this is for disabled parking, and I think you might be able to pay for some fast track parking. I'll tell you one thing, if you come in this late, it's a lovely calm entrance experience. Okay, I've offloaded the bag to Jess, and we just come in by this little hut. There's a little shop to the right, which I'll glance at. I don't have time to take a look inside at the moment. It's very quaint, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'm in a bit of a rush, purely because we're so close to the first show. Now, if you get a ticket, unlike Puy de Fou, where it's like a free range thing, if you get a ticket here, you will get access. Even if you get like an early bird ticket, you'll be given a schedule, which will mean you will get into all the shows. Here's all the shows today. In fact, you can see actually there's two sets of schedules, and we're on the 1:15 one. We're rushing to get to the 2:45 show, and the reason why this is like a Microsoft Word cutout is because they've changed the times. It would normally be on this nicer piece of paper, which obviously gets printed off every day. Again, similar to Puy de Fou in that sense. Oh, there's a map on the side, Jess. Let's have a look at that. Watch out for that piece of the flowway. So where are we going? What is the first one we're going to again?
I don't know.
It says on the thing of it.
Oh, Legend of the Ware.
So where's that?
Here. Yeah.
Okay, let's get a riddle up.
Around there.
We've got 15 minutes, should be okay. I'm excited. I'm excited because I have no idea what to expect whatsoever. Okay, we're going into Legend of the Ware. I've no idea of the story. It's very gusty. Oh god. And the only problem with that is the dust is going into my eyes a little bit.
It's all part of the magic.
I'm genuinely buzzing. It literally looks like a Hobbiton in the background. So this whole day park experience is new for this year. So they've always done a nighttime show, and they do that, I don't know, 10, 20 times a year on the Fridays and Saturday nights, I think. That's the big show that we're seeing tonight. Hopefully the weather stays good for that. It is all outdoor, so if it rains, I'm pretty sure the shows go ahead anyway if it rains with bad weather. So dress for cold and coats, or bring it with you and
Bring the coats.
and hopefully, I mean, it is baking now, to be fair.
Yeah, and I've got to carry my coat now.
Well, I'll carry the bag after this. It's just I was in a bit of a flap getting everything sorted. We're about to go into the first arena. Very excited.
This looks cool.
Oh, here we go. She's changed the tune. It's hard to convince Jess to do anything, particularly theme park related these days. But then she does come on these events sometimes. And then when you get her actually out of the house and off of TikTok, it's actually easier to get her to do stuff. This looks awesome. We've even got animatronics happening already at the water well. Oh, some pre-show stuff. I like how you're walking into it like you're part of the village. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Should we go a little bit further in the back so we're not disrupting people? Now I can film some clips, I've been told, but I can't put massive chunks of the show in, which is fair. If you want that, you have to come here and see it.
Today, that one of these legends comes to life. So our story ends. The worm has been defeated. The witch has been welcomed into the fold. And I have made it safely to France, where I will help the king's brother launch a mildly unsuccessful challenge to the throne. A friend.
One down. What do you think, Jess?
Good. Dramatic.
The stage is epic. As you walk in there on the little village, I think is really cool. Like you're entering the village like the characters would. I think I was expecting a little bit more. I don't know if it's meant to be a big flame effect. That isn't working because of the wind. It did look like the big lighthouse was meant to go on fire, didn't it, at some point? We did get some flames on there, which you saw. Yeah, I've also got my hoodie on now because it did get chilly. In the sun it's too hot, but it gets chilly in the shade. Yeah, I loved the monster underneath the water. That was pretty cool. I liked that. One thing that I noticed compared to so I'm in this really weird situation where I went to Puy de Fou literally last week. So I've got something really hard to compare it to, really like directly. And I think it's a little bit unfair because this is its first year here. I think what's important to say is it got good roots. There's a lot of the time during that show where I felt like, what's the next thing? I think maybe pacing. I think it'll be a little bit quicker, like to move on to the next stuff. And also there's no sort of big finale effect, if that makes sense. It's just, okay, everything's sorted. I'd like to have seen something at the end, which I hadn't seen for the intro. And there's a big lake there, but it wasn't really used. They fell into it a few times. I mean, fair play to them. It must be freezing. But yeah, nothing was really like wow at the end. Again, that might have been the big tower which couldn't catch fire during that show. It's very windy today, very windy. That happens, that's fine. So now, also I noticed when you're sat in the auditorium, two things. One, if you want to sit higher up and you need access to use a wheelchair or anything like that, or you struggle with doing the steps are quite steep. Someone near us did ask someone for assistance, and they got a gentler way to get higher up. I didn't see where they went, but I saw them walk a different way out, so that might be helpful if that's important to you. And also, when I was sat in the auditorium, this thing I noticed at Pretty Food, that I noticed normally when you're in the auditorium, you can't see anything else out. But I think that is just a problem with it being brand new, because if you actually look, I got a little shot as I was walking out the exit, which is also the entrance. You can see they've planted loads of trees. So over the next few years they'll grow, and they'll mean that each stage feels more like exclusive in its own little world, if that makes sense. So again, just first year problems, but yeah, good first show. Nothing really blew me away in there, but I think that's quite unfair because I've been at Pre-Defew last week. But yeah, it just comes with the Diet Coke. It's Diet Coke break.
Other brands are available.
Right, yeah. Because everyone thinks, oh yeah, Stuart's got that Pepsi deal which is coming through.
Oh, I do like a Pepsi.
Okay, you can't say that now. The people at Coke will be very upset.
Yeah, but if Coke want to sponsor me, then I'll have a Coke.
Oh, so you're happy to sell out to anyone?
I'll sell anything.
So this is like a central hub area where I think most people wait between shows. And you've got a little sandwich and salads place over here. I don't know if you can see a bit there. There's pizzas, ice cream, and a gin and tonic, as Jess has gone for. So have a glance at the menu. Oh, you know what's funny? You do all this theming and you still get a roll of a hot dog.
In a brioche roll.
Is that?
We never had brioche at Camelot.
Camelot's like what, 2012 it gave off.
Yeah, but
they do like a bit of cider and wine, don't they? I like that.
Well, that's what they drank in
I
the good old days.
thought that was a dog then, heavy breathing. It was someone trying to get some mustard out. But again, this looks like it's pretty well organised. Big queue, lots of kiosks, and then your collection point over there maybe. And there's quite a bit of undercover there. It's like a half marquee, isn't it? It's like a very grand marquee actually. I've never seen one of them before actually, like a Victorian marquee. So we've also got a Viking Village, and the Viking show at Pretty Fair is pretty high standards, so I'm very excited to see what they've got on offer here. Like I say, got to remember, Pretty Fair is very well established. You can see the references across. And I've got to kind of keep remembering it is its first year as a day park. So now we're going to go in here to watch the Trusty Steed, I think, which is our next show.
I tried to defend myself, but their power is too great. They called their guards, and I lost everything, more than I even owned.
Thank you. That's a beginning. Just one gesture, but it's enough to believe in us.
With that,
With him, he's all I have left of my father.
we're heading to Auckland Castle. Prince Bishop Beck is gathering his knights there for a tournament. Tournaments draw crowds. Crowds draw markets. And markets mean gold. Well, here's the girl and her bag of bones. Think you'll find your fortune here?
Okay, so that was the trusty steed. Jessica's gone to the loo. They've actually struggling to find how to get into the toilet, which is quite funny to watch. I was sat actually with one of their marketing team, Freya, and I'm going to meet Nikki a little bit later for that one. But you saw some clips of the show once again. Filming wise, so I didn't say this at the start of the first show, is when I film anything, there's no announcements really, and the show just starts, and I'm not going to lie, I quite like that. I think in time, with more people, with more popularity, they might have to start doing like loads of announcements, like safety stuff. But I like the ethos of they just start the show, I quite like that. And filming wise, I film like here, never above my head. And also I always pick a seat where if I do raise my arm a little bit for whatever reason, there's no one ever behind me. Just saying that because if you get your flip phone case out and start raising it way above your head, it's really like not fair on people who just want to watch the show. They don't want people. Also, for a nighttime show, turn your screen brightness down if you are going to ever take a clip. But they tend to discourage it here, and obviously you're not going to see the whole show in these clips. I just try and get a flavour of what the show is about. So in that one, it did remind me of the Camelot days. There's a lot of jousting going on. Nice little storyline. One thing that I would change probably is the building that came up, and I showed you it. I don't think that added a lot to this show. I'd like to see something else. I don't really know what else, but I'd like to see something else. And I would keep that as a secret. I imagine that's a secret for the big show later. I've obviously not seen that show yet, so I'm not sure what. I'd rather it just be down to start with. But than that, I think it was on the scale of a normal jousting show. What I'd actually really like to hear in the future is them start scoring stuff themselves. So the music that I heard during the joust, I think it was the joust, was the same music that I paid to use in my escape room, which is a bit weird. Which is fine, because it's hard to be critical of them for using it if I use it in my escape rooms. But it'd be nice, I think, in time, and this comes with success, I think, for them to start scoring stuff for their own, and then you can start having their own soundtracks and keep stuff really unique to the shows. That's a harsh critique. Everything else in there, though, obviously the scale in there, it makes me really excited for the show tonight. I'm a big fan of the lip sync storyline. I know most people probably wouldn't be, they want to hear real mics. The reason why I like it is, my biggest bugbear when you're watching a theme park show is you can't understand what they're saying, or they're out of breath, or they're shouting, or... Don't get me wrong, I'm sure they'd have a good kit here to make it sound really good. But it's so clear to understand what is being said, so you follow the storyline really nicely. And also, you get surround audio. If they're talking on that side of the stage, it will sound like it's coming from that side, which is quite nice as well. Big shout out to the marketing team. They'll give me all sorts of facts, which I'm sure I've now forgotten. The Vikings Theatre is quite a small theatre, apparently. And the reason why they've changed the times today isn't because of any special effects, it's actually because of the breeze. I'm a bit worried about the bird show now, actually. Jess is back. Come over this side because you're shooting into the sun otherwise. Because he said they don't like it when it's gusting, do they?
No.
So we'll see. What do you think of that?
I really enjoyed that.
Flashback to the Camelot days.
It did.
It was
definitely.
like it even followed the same, like, right, now they do the stunts, now they do this. I mean,
Yeah.
but this does have a bit of a higher budget.
Oh. Yeah.
The Camelot, the show we had at the Joust at Camelot was pretty
It's a bit of a, this is what Camelot could have been with some
yeah.
type show.
But yeah, so what time we got? Another, see, you get about 45 minutes to an hour break. We were chatting to Freya for a while then, but you get a while between each group. I'm not going to lie, compared to the pre-diffuse method of running around from show to show, I do like that we've got an action plan and we will definitely get a seat at the next show.
Yeah.
How does that work though? If this has got a capacity of 8,000, obviously, but then she was saying that the different theatres have different capacities, so how do they sell tickets for that? Because you're all in your little clan. Basically, on the map, it said you're either a Roman or something else today, didn't it? And you follow that show pattern. Go on, what's next on your list?
The Lost Feather.
The Lost Feather, that's the bird show.
No, I thought that might be a bird show.
I didn't know, it sounded like a pub to me. I was trying to pint down the Lost Feather.
I'd go to Lost Feather.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll have a Hugo Spritz, please.
Sorry, edit point back in. So you know that massive castle in the background?
Yeah.
Not the one on the top right, the one on the back. That wasn't there all the way through. It came up. Did you not notice it wasn't there? I was just saying to Jess, like, it'd been better just not being there for the show and then keep it as a surprise for later.
No, I didn't realise.
Okay.
So actually, it makes no difference to me. So most people probably wouldn't notice that.
Yeah, okay, fair. I noticed. Oh my god, it's a giant nest.
That is great.
Oh, fair play.
It's a bird's nest.
Fair play. That's good.
Clever.
Yeah, if you want to do a bird show stage, turn it into a giant nest. That's pretty impressive things, like as a structure. So I do like the entrances to these new stages. Obviously, the big stage just walked into the grandstand, where you feel like you're becoming part of it as you walk in.
The stoop. The speed.
Hissed Romeo. Oh, for a falconer's voice, to lure this tasseled gentle back again, this bird of prey. We harnessed its natural skills to become our best hunting companion, and elevated its training to an art. From the Middle Ages to the 17th century, it was the golden age of falconry. They warn, they alert, they are, yes, the lost feather. Each feather is unique and has been evolving for millions of years since the appearance of the modern bird. If the pen reads the animal and tells its story, look, listen, and feel.
Many novels make reference to the owl. Sometimes as birds of good omen.
Their ear openings and their eye cones that allow them to filter even the smallest light. They
in this dark forest, in the rolling foothills of Binchester Hill, stands a forest.
a symbol of freedom and courage, one of the most powerful and recognizable birds in the world, with its striking white head, sharp yellow beak, and immense wingspan. The bald eagle.
You okay, Jess?
No, really took my head off.
Yet in time, humanity came to understand that it's a
Their beaks are so good at cutting up flesh, and their claws, they're scavengers.
Nature plays tricks on us. In many cultures, they're associated with death, decay, or even something ominous. But in others, they represent protection and purification. Death is part of life, and vultures understand this. They are the most faithful and efficient cleaners on Earth.
When the fire dies down, the war forgets its name. But the men they left behind remember iron forged in flame.
Scan Ericsson, son of fire, son of the clan.
But tonight, it is the land that has conquered them, and the hearts of each and every clan.
We're walking out. Oh, I do love a smoke machine. It smells like Spooky World. That's the only problem. We kind of rushed in here. We've had a. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, hasn't it, in the last couple of shows. So we'll get into our reviews in a second of both those shows. I don't think you can walk down there at the minute because they're stopping people. So just that interactive walk thing. This guy's feeding the chickens. Here she is.
God, look at the state of it.
I can't do anything about that. I can't AI that out of it.
Can you not?
Right, well, we've had a bit of a couple of shows back to back. So we did the bird show first.
Great show.
The auditorium, as you walk up with the nest, is incredible. Like,
amazing.
It did remind me a lot of the Prix de Feu, but the Freya said earlier that you will always find bird shows like that in a bowl because it's good for the birds to swoop down and do all their stuff. So that was good. There was no waterfall on, which I only learned afterwards. I didn't know there was meant to be a waterfall on, because we then just walked from one show to the other after meeting Nikki from the marketing team with the CEO. Did you actually see her name? I can't remember her CEO's name. I feel bad now, I can't remember. But I'll put it on the screen now. But she was lovely, it was really nice. And also the technical director. He's in charge of all like...
The guy that should have put the waterfall on.
Yeah, he apologised for it not being on, but he just said because the... Again,
they're on like day 3, aren't they? Or
it's day 6. It's day 6, and he's just worried about not taking too much power at the minute. So
sorry,
I forget.
That's the Vikings.
With how polished everything is, I forget how new this is. It's 6 days old, and they were saying how they were unsure about how the birds would perform because they've not had any audiences in. So
they have been. That was one of my favourites. I like the birds. That was
good.
Really good.
And what I do
I
like,
nearly got my head taken off.
Here's the clip again now. You okay, Jess?
No, it's on my head off.
I'm just looking. I got that. The thing is with filming stuff like that is you don't know what you're going to get. Every show will be different. You might get one that stops near you. What I do love about the shows is with the birds and stuff is they just do a 5-minute song and they allow time for stuff to happen because you just have to allow the time.
Yeah, it was quite nice. It was very calming, soothing.
Yeah, it's good. And the Viking show. So because we were talking to Nikki for that ages, I mean, she probably had lots of other work to do. Then we walked over and then we were talking to the technical manager or director and then the CEO. We then just ran into the Vikings, didn't we? We didn't have any time really to... That's a shorter show of them all. Loved the auditorium.
Great.
One big effect, which I missed because I wasn't filming. Because I'm trying not to film the whole show, but even though, like, it's just hard. You're always going to miss stuff. There's a big fireball. If we can find some B-roll of it, here it is. If nothing happened, I can't find any B-roll of it. But it was really good. I loved it. The audio in there was great. Where we were sat, and I think this is a day 6 issue, a massive compressor started going off behind us. People were turning around when they're going, what is that noise? And I think that was the blast for the big fireball that then happened. So I imagine either that's a temporary compressor and they're about to change that, or it will get changed because it was quite distracting. Other than that, great show. Short,
Not
snappy.
distracting enough for you to anticipate a big fireball coming though.
It was because then I stopped filming. I think.
Oh right.
So it was distracting enough actually.
Okay, I'll let him off.
Okay. It was a big fireball. It's a good effect in there. And what I love about that is there's no ropes. Just please don't walk through the centre, and it's all just
Yeah.
And then once again it started, no
And
announcements.
Very passionate. Like they did a good job. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
And it felt really close, and it felt for what is a theme park show when this place gets bigger. I mean, people love a Viking show in Peterborough. I'm a bit worried about people getting in there. They want to do the back-to-back shows on that, but it felt quite intimate because it's quite small.
But there was no let-up, so like at no point did you catch anyone just like not doing what they should have been. They were all like in it for the full 20. What was it? 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 20 minutes now. Right, so now.
Boom.
It's just a guy. It's just a guy at the top of the Vikings Village. I mean, she's a good audience, Jess, I'll tell you that for free. So, just like in Beautiful, there's a gap now between now and the nighttime show. And they were explaining to us before that they're just doing the crossover now, aren't they, between the volunteers.
Yep.
So, all the actors during the day park are paid.
Staff.
All the staff are paid. But then in the evening, it moves over to mostly volunteers, I think 99% volunteers for all the actors and the staff who just actually show you to your seat and all that sort of stuff. So.
And actually, what I will say is
you don't need to get close there, it's alright.
Oh no, edit that out.
No.
The staff have been really good.
They have.
Really good. They're very polite, very nice staff.
I put this to the CEO before, I was like, I feel really bad for not remembering the name. I will remember it forever after researching it. I put this, I said, sometimes when you ask, I'll be honest, Merlin staff, you ask a question and you feel like if it's not within their, like a chatbot answer, you don't think they would ever know the answer to it. Whereas everyone here, you think if you asked them another follow-up question, they would know the answer to it and they'd know, like, they're having more. And she said, she had a great answer. She went, well, most people who now work here used to be volunteers here, so they do know the answer because they've been here.
And I guess that comes from passion. People become complacent, don't they?
Yeah.
And
people want to work here, which is nice, really nice. I know I've done a lot of comparisons to Prix de Fou, but I'm about to watch the nighttime show. But I need to remember that this is 6 days old, that they've gone big with 3 big venues, plus they're reusing the venue that they've already got behind us, the big one, for the steed.
Trusty Steed.
Trusty Steed. Yeah, Trusty Steed.
Trusty Steed.
There you go. And I've got to remember they're only 6 days in. And actually, the shows have run pretty faultlessly. Yeah. Like, fair play.
No issues.
Fair play.
It's been very good.
So now we have this gap between now, and the gap is because let's everyone eat. And something smells great. Can you smell that? No, can you not smell it?
Yeah, I can smell it. I want it.
It smells good. Right, shall we get some food then? Yeah. I've got chest pains.
That's not good.
No, it's the whole bag of Maltesers I ate earlier.
Oh.
Also, I've got a question for you, Jess.
What?
Have you noticed something about the clientele here today?
Have I noticed something?
Yeah, I'm asking the question. And this is genuinely, it's something I say all the time. But have you noticed anything about the clientele today? I say this all the time about European theme parks. And I actually talk about European theme parks, not just like show parks like this. The age range here now. Oh. What's the average age here at the minute?
Probably 40s to 50s.
Right, 40s to 50s. Who at the minute in the UK has the most money?
Those in the 40s to 50s.
Yeah. So this is the thing. You want to make a park, and this is why the European parks are successful. You walk around Europa Park, you walk around Phantasialand, Efteling, whatever. Yes, there's plenty of families here, and there's plenty of families here today as well. Plenty of families there. But you cater. There's a lot of rides at Europa Park which are catered towards an older audience, and there's good places to eat, good places to drink. My mum and dad will never go on any rides, ever. But you know what they will do? They will do Europa Park pub crawl, which is exactly what they did.
And they do serve alcohol.
Yeah, and it feels grown up here.
Yeah.
It feels grown up, and there's a huge market for that in the UK because it doesn't exist anywhere. There's no market catering for that, and they have the money. Oh, hello! I nearly lost my media pass. And they have the money.
Yeah. Completely agree.
And because of that, it is a nice vibe
and maybe
here.
That's why they're all polite.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not been. It's been nice. There's not been any like you're looking and you're thinking, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. But I've got this theory on how UK theme parks just do not cater to this market of it giving something interesting to an older audience. Because right now, Boomer's got all the money from the 3 houses.
And I don't want to bang on about vultures, but
are you calling all Boomers vultures?
No, I learned something in that bird show about vultures and how in half a century time they'll be gone, and how bad for the world that will be because they are like the kings of the cleaners.
Yeah, so we don't get
disease.
Ill. Yeah. I'll say this, it was very subtle, the education in that, but there was education in it.
Again, like, love that element of it because, well, every day's a school day.
Normally, at a queue like this, yes, I'd balk and I'd go, you're not having my money if I'm having to queue this. But let's do the test, shall we? The 6 days in, let's see how fast we can get served. Guys, right, you know, if you've watched the channel for a while, you know I talk about the post office queue. And we've been moving quite quickly, haven't we, Jess? Yeah. They use the post office queue here, and it's the fastest possible queue. So you don't have loads of lines behind every single booth. You have one line, and you go to the next available till. And it's the fastest way to serve everyone, and they are using it here. And oh my, we are shifting. We are shifting, aren't we? What's that, 3 minutes? Absolutely fair play. Service here has been top notch. Well, that was incredibly fast. Have you ever had some masala?
Not yet.
Okay, well, food review incoming. We also got some dark fruit cider. Okay, that's a lot of ketchup on one chip. Jess is back with a mid-break snack.
No, this is like my seconds.
Look at this, she's on the, you know what? We've been invited down for free today. I have no problem with spending we got served so quick. The quality is so good. Staff are absolutely brilliant. Every staff member we talked to have been brilliant.
They've been very good.
They can have my money. And it's not expensive. It really isn't expensive.
Not at all. Not at all.
Maybe is this a northern thing? Oh, here we go. The bloody media pass. Well, mine, she's done nothing. You're the passenger princess today. You notice it's gone a bit darker. And it's now part 3. What have you got now, Jess?
Bird eggs.
She's got some Cadbury's mini eggs.
No, the bird eggs. They're not branded Cadbury's.
I know they're not.
But Cadbury's want to sponsor.
I missed Jess falling over the step. I will say this, well, was there a big queue for the ladies' toilets?
Nope, no queue whatsoever.
And there's 8,000 people in here.
Yeah. Well, capacity for 8,000.
But that's what I mean, it's like if you're busy outside, they get 3 people, very good. Better than pre-to-poo actually. Pre-to-poo.
Legate, I come to you in tears, my cohort ordered home.
You will be a king, King Arthur.
Divisions are tearing this country apart.
Is that?
Macbeth.
Well stated, tough and straight. Is he yours?
He will be.
We'll come to our review in a minute because it's pitch black here. Well, it's not, but
It's not even on.
yeah, it's on. It's on. You can't really see it, and it's in the dark. But we'll come to a review properly. We just wanted to get a bit of a head start because it's a 2.5 hour drive back for us. So I felt bad leaving that quickly. To be fair, we stayed to the final. Don't get me wrong, but I felt bad. It always feels bad when you just get up and go straight away. But I'm just gonna really quickly get into the short bus queue. But that was incredible. More in a second. Yes, we needn't have feared. Oh, there you go. It's well listed. Green keeps the fence.
Yeah.
Look at how many buses they've got. And which is, let's be honest, we didn't doubt them because everything's been impeccable, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a machine of getting people back to the car park. And they all have their individually lit.
All the way to the bus, with the very last bus, but to my colleague.
They all have their own lights for each one. This is the best organised thing I think I've ever seen. Oh, wonderful! Because you don't want at the end of the night is a rubbish exit to a car park, isn't it? You want it to be organised. Have you ever visited Thorpe Park? You know what I'm talking about. And with that, the visit to Kynren comes to an end. Now, I thought I'd do this in voiceover because it was so dark when we were trying to film the outro, you won't be able to see us. So let's talk about the big show first of all. Now, very kindly, the marketing team have put us in a VIP seat. Now, I actually sat in a normal seat, which was absolutely fine for the trusty steed. I sat there sort of on purpose to make sure that I could test out both. If you could afford a wider seat, I would recommend it for the 90 minutes, and they're also padded as well. Now, it was a little bit hard to film because you never want to interrupt anyone else, and although I had a media pass, I didn't want to obstruct other people's views, so you can tell from the footage I'm kind of keeping my phone low down as I'm filming. The story of the nighttime show follows a boy who goes through a time portal and goes to various different times in British history. It's quite nice compared to Puy de Fou, where they actually use humour quite a bit, which, unless I'm mistaken, there isn't too much humour in the Puy de Fou shows. Obviously there's some huge special effects in the final show, excellent projection mapping, huge fountains, and then massive mechanical props such as the Viking flags we saw in the background and the actual boat that comes from underneath the water. It did feel a little bit more manageable to watch because the viewing area keeps your attention a little bit easier than at Puy de Fou. And then you got the firework ending, which lasts about 5 minutes with various different scale of fireworks. Also, we did get rained on, but only luckily for about 15 minutes just towards the end. We're very lucky that we had our coats with us. So as a final summary for our day out, like I said throughout the vlog, it's really important to remember that these guys are only 6 days into their season, and not just the season, but their first proper season as a day park. The organisation is some of the best that I've ever seen from a park in the UK. There's nothing worse to get stuck in a car park right at the end of the day. And even though the car park is about a 10-minute bus ride away, the organisation at the end to get the 8,000 or so people out was incredible. My only feedback for some of the shows would be I'd like a proper end of show wow moment to happen, but I think even that is trying to be highly critical of what is otherwise quite faultless performances. So that'd be more of a recommendation rather than an actual complaint as such. But everything else, staff wise, organisation, communication, everything was just incredible around the park, and the vibe around the park as well, with the more mature atmosphere compared to what you'd get at a normal theme park. It was just a nice place to be, a nice place to spend some extra time to sit down, have some food and have a drink. Kynren operates through the summer from July until September, and after everything we experienced, I would highly recommend a visit. A final thing to say is a huge congratulations to the Kynren team. Not just all those looking after the day park, but particularly those 1,000 volunteers who, through their hard work over the past several years, has meant that Kynren have been able to build this multi-venue show park off the back of the success of their massive nighttime show. Everyone you see in that show at night, whether on stage or behind the stage, is volunteering. That's incredible, and I'm pretty sure that's something that you're not going to find at any other theme park in the UK. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.